Not going to say how crazy good some of the things I've been told about Justin Fields, the professional, have been thus far. Don't want to hear the "it's only training camp" brigade puff up their chest and scream at the top of their lungs, but it has been that good, just saying. This from the same man who in training camp, once upon a time, was telling us just how good Patrick Mahomes was looking. So Dan, teach us something about Justin Fields, the young Bears quarterback.
Yeah, Greeny, when I played under Steve Mariucci as a quarterback, he would tell us, you don't stop gathering information just because the play is over. You can continue to get clues, or he would call them breadcrumbs, even between plays. And I think Justin Fields did that against Clemson in the college football playoff. It's a perfect example of his intelligence. Now, I want everyone to pay attention to what Clemson is going to be doing defensively. This safety is going to be the clue for everything. And Justin's going to go, I got my eyes on you for you to tell me to find some breadcrumbs. Now, the play concept defensively for Clemson is that safety's really responsibility is this half of the field, okay? Like, that's his responsibility depending on the pass concept. Chris Olave at the bottom of the screen is going to have a post route, but the real concept for offense is going to be he's going to have a wide and hitch, a seam route, and then a crosser. It's full progression, 1, 2, 3 to 4. That post for Justin Fields is like a pre-snap alert, or if somebody on the defense tells you something. Now, Justin's going to drop back and go, okay, I'm understanding that that's our pass concept. Now, I want you to pay attention to that safety, everyone. That safety right now, Justin's peeking out there. I don't like number one. That guy's getting wide. Number two's not getting there. But watch that safety. Watch that safety. Where is he supposed to be? Deep. Is he getting to as deep as he's supposed to? Because Justin snaps back and he's like, that safety's not there. That post, I really want to throw that post. That safety is not where he's supposed to be. I got Olave deep. That safety collapsed on my crossing route. But I can't get that ball to him. Even though that safety's there, I can't get that ball to them because this pass rush is not allowing me to push that ball down the field, okay? Pay attention. Remember where I told you that safety was. I got to throw that ball away. But something here told me Justin's finding breadcrumbs. His eyes. This is right now. He's staring at that safety like, you're not supposed to be where you're supposed to be. I know the play's over, but I'm going to make sure that I hurt you. I'm not going to allow you to do that again. Now, here's going to be that same safety. He's just in a different spot. He's not down here. He's up top. That same guy. It's the same player. He's also got the same kind of defense. That's his responsibility. You got to cover that side of the field. Now, this is 6 plays later. In the same drive, Justin didn't go to the sideline. He didn't have to talk with his coach. He did this himself in the same drive 6 plays later. Now, the pass concept is going to be very similar. Number one is on an out route. That is number one. He just happens to have Olave on a post again versus that same safety from the previous play. Now, Justin's going to drop back. Now, I know Ryan Day tells him, hey, if number one is open, throw it to him. One is open. He's wide open. Throw it to him. Unless somebody on the defense tells you you can get that post. Justin's going to go, nope, I don't want number one because I know that guy, last time we ran this play, was where he's not supposed to be. And I'm going to make him pay for it. You don't allow that guy to not be in that part of the field again when you got that post. He snaps his head back and is going to drive that post, and that safety's going to get penalized for not being where he's supposed to be. Now, everyone's saying, well, Andy Dalton's got experience. He does. He does. But the tape for Justin Fields tells you he's got the intelligence. This is easy, Chicago. He's your starter.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.